Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're not going to be doing a dip review or anything. We're just going to be sitting here bullshitting with yins. But for today, we're going to be chewing Copenhagen Mint. Because why the hell not? It just, came out March 16th and everybody's been getting it. And it's a pretty good dip. But other than that, that's all we have.
Yep.
So, let's go and pack a nice good old fatty. Today we're gonna be filming in his garage like we did during the Copenhagen long cut review. So our mud jug of the day is the garage floor.
Yep.
And as you see in the background right here, that is my mom's new car. Her old one, the engine started knocking, so we had to go and find a new one. She's been borrowing my aunt's and everything. But we finally got a new car, and it's a 05 Rendezvous. And
Piece of shit.
yeah, it is a piece of shit. And her other car was an 07, so we already have a parts car for it. Sorry for that. Pretty sure this place is haunted because a tire just started moving on its own.
It started rolling at us.
Then started rolling back. Fuck you. But, like we said, like I was saying, we got a brand new car for it and we're taking it apart, redoing it. This car was hitting the front passenger side, and there was also 3 dents in the quarter panel.
Most likely it hit something in the front end and then the ass end kicked over and caught onto something, maybe guardrail. No idea.
Yeah. Before we get into, just plain out bullshit, me and him, we go down for Votech for auto body collision repair. So we know exactly what to do with, say, doing dent repairs or painting. Painting's one of our strong suits. Say, down at auto body, down in our class, our teacher basically trusts me and him to do any painting, to paint anything, because we're one of the better 2 kids out of the class. Plus, we don't dick around. Especially with something serious like a car.
Yeah, the thing is you go down there to learn, and you have many kids that go down there just to bullshit and fuck around and start drama and get out of class. I go down there because I can't stand sitting in a fucking classroom for 8 hours of the day, not learning pretty much anything that's going to help me in my future because I know I'm not going to college. There's no way I'm going to sit through another 4 years of school after I finish high school. If any of you guys go to a technical school or anything like that, part-time through high school, do it. It's the best thing you can do.
You can find different trades that you can actually make a lot of money. I mean, there's people that's saying that you can't make money doing auto body, painting cars and doing restorations and shit like that. You can. More leaning towards the collision repair for getting money instead of restorations, but you can still do restorations. You can sell those cars for people that are looking to collect older cars.
But it's not just that the trade isn't welcome to making money. It's the fact that you have to be good at what you do. You get good at what you do, you produce a lot of work that is very good, you get a lot more customers, therefore you get paid a lot more, and pretty much your profit goes up with every car that comes in. You just gotta be good at what you're working with, and then you turn out a profit and you do make money.
Yeah. But one thing, if you do go to a Votech technical school, even if you're in like college and it's for college, and afterwards you're gonna be going to a shop. Our teacher down in tech, he says first thing and most important thing: do not start out flat rate. That is probably the worst thing you can do because you only have a certain amount of time to do a car and what all needs done with it. And if you don't get it done in that time and it takes you more time,
you don't get paid for overtime.
Yeah. You get paid for how long, say you have 12 hours on a car and you get it done in 11 hours, you still get paid for that 12 hours. But if you go over those 12 hours, you only get paid for 12 hours.
Not just that, but say you do the job. All right, you finish it. It's all good. Goes out of the shop. A week later, it comes back with something wrong that you fixed. You have to do that job, redo that job, and you don't get paid for it if you were paid flat rate. I'm not saying, like, if you just fixed a car that was wrecked, then it hit a deer, then it comes back, then you have to redo it. I'm talking like you just fixed a dent in the quarter, painted it, and it started rusting through, or the paint started chipping, or peeling, or something like that. Like the paint started lifting, or something like that. That means you did the job wrong. If the job's not completely done right and it comes back, then you're stuck doing it again and not getting paid for it.
Mm-hmm. Like we said, for this video, we're just going to be bullshitting with yins. And we're just going to be mumbling on, trying to figure out what to talk about. But, what to talk about?
Tomorrow we might film a little bit. We're going groundhog hunting. Hopefully we actually see some.
Yeah. Hopefully. Like we said in all our other videos, he's more of a big hunter than I am. I only just got started into it 2 years ago, and he's been doing it since he was like 8. So he knows a lot more shit about it than me. And I think it was this year that I shot my first deer. And I can tell you right now, I was just shaking like crazy. It was... Okay, the story goes, I was sitting on this pole line and he was in the tree line. I was carrying my rifle because he was junior doe. And he had his bow for just bucks. And my rifle was only sighted in for 50 yards. And it was a Savage Axis 270. Well, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay. I look up and I see deer at the top of this ridgeline. So I'm like, alright. And I'm looking through my scope at them and everything. Well, I was like, alright, I picked one out of the group. Shot. Well, I flinched a lot with basically everything. Well, I shot, the scope came back and hit me in the forehead, and my adrenaline was going too much for me to be like, oh, fuck, that hurt. And I was like, okay, well, the deer didn't run, surprisingly, because they're fucking retarded. And I went and got another shot off. Well, I dropped the deer. And I was like, alright, sweet. And I called him saying I got it and everything, so he walked out.
We were maybe like 400 yards away from each other, if that. Like, I could hear him shoot. So I texted him, I was like, you get it. And then I hear another shot. And then he called me, and he's like, oh my god, I got a deer, it's laying there. I was like, alright. I was like, well, let me sneak up. Since I'm real close to it, I'll sneak up and see if it's there. And whatnot. So I walk up, it's laying there. Alright, we meet up. And just as we were coming up over the hill where it was laying, another deer was standing there. I was like, oh shit, hurry up. Went to grab his gun, and then it ran in the woods. So then he was done for junior doe because we only got one doe tag this year. And I was like, alright, well, technically your gun should be unloaded right now because you can't shoot another one. I was like, well, you have a buck tag right now. Just hold my bow, and I'll hold your gun. We'll get this down, got it out, and sit back there and see if any more come across.
Which, dragging that down the ridge, that fucking sucked. It was a pretty nice big doe. And going downhill, it still sucked. Then we had to go back up a hill, which it was bad. So, well, once we sat down and we're sitting there, and he started fucking around with me. He said,
we were bullshitting for probably like a good fucking hour. And then I was fucking around and I was like, holy shit, Tyler, deer. And I pulled up.
And he pointed at my deer. And I was like,
that was laying like 10 yards away from us.
And I was laying on my back and I like shot up and was like, where? And I saw he was pointing at my deer. I was like, you fucking asshole. So I laid back down. And then all of a sudden I hear him, Tyler, there's deer. I'm being serious right now. I was like, oh, you're fucking bullshitting me. He's like, where the fuck are the binoculars? And I was like, they're in the bag. So he's sitting there, goes from the binoculars, looking at them to the scope, to the binocular scope. Then he looks at me, he's like, should I take a shot? I was like, I don't care. Well, he goes and drops, he shoots and drops his doe, which is smaller than mine. And we get it out. But for my doe, we were looking around, trying to find where the bolt hole was. And
had no fucking clue. Took it to our butcher, which he charged like $20 to cut up a deer. Took it to him. I asked him once we went to pick up the meat, I was like, where was that deer hit? I was like, I couldn't find no bullet wounds. He's like, that was a perfect shot right behind the ear. Well, freaking, I went back to hunt that spot for archery. Walked up and I ranged where he was sitting from where he shot his doe, and then where we were sitting from where I shot mine. His doe was at 320 yards, mine was at 360. His rifle was sighted in at 50 yards. He hit his deer behind the ear, right in the freaking head, aiming behind its front shoulder.
Which I think it was from me flinching. I'm almost 100% guaranteed, but that was probably one of the luckiest shots I have ever had. And he just dropped it. He hit it right in the...
I hit probably 4 inches back behind the front shoulder from where I was aiming. I figured it sighted in at 50 yards, put the crosshairs probably about 1.5 inches above its back. Hit a few inches to the left.
Yeah, it was one of the days I'm going to remember for the rest of my life, because it was a good day there. Being able to get two deer the same day, an hour apart. But the only thing that sucked about that was dragging them. It was terrible.
Probably had like a 4, not including the hill where we had to drag it down from, which is like 360 yards from where we were sitting. Had probably another 350 to 400 yard drag to get to the truck. There's another time we were at the same pole lines and everything, and I was sitting in his tree stand, and he was supposed to go find his brothers, but he couldn't. And he was walking and sat down, and we're sitting there, and it was around like 9 o'clock, and he texted me, he's like, hey, you seen anything? I said, no, just squirrels. He's like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm a little bit cold. He's like, all right, let's just take a little nature walk. And so I got down, we met up. He found one of his arrows from another deer he shot at. I hit a buck probably, maybe a week after we shot those doe. Freaking real nice, I think in 8 or 9. Tracked it for fucking 200 yards. There's drops of blood here or there. Fucking 10-yard shot, perfect behind the front shoulder. And fucking the deer never bled a drop. I'd find fucking hit or miss little drops, and it was gone. Well, fucking, he was hunting that stand that I hit that buck out of. I specified my brothers, which it was the last morning of archery season, last morning we could hunt. And I couldn't find my brother's stand. I was pissed off. As we were walking in, we saw this deer, and I knew it was a buck. Walking into our stands, it's dark. Turn the flashlight on, and I see eyes. I was like, all right, it's a deer. Saw that it was a buck, and it ran down in. I was like, all right, well, that's going to be heading towards where my brother's tree stand is supposed to be. I'll go find it. You go to my stand.
And I did, and got up in it and everything.
Yeah, then I fucking got all fucked off. Kicked up a deer looking for my brother's stand. So I went maybe freaking 150 yards away from him. found a spot, sat down. First thing, broke daylight. I didn't hear nothing, so I was like, fuck it, I'm already pissed off. I'm just going to sleep for a little bit. Woke up at 9, text him. Then we were going to walk out. I was like, you know what? Instead of walking the trail back, we'll just cut through the woods, see if maybe for shits and giggles we'll see anything. It's the last morning, I kind of don't want to waste it. Walk maybe 15 yards into the woods and fucking see a red squirrel. And, first year he started hunting with a compound. I was like, fuck it, we'll try to shoot this squirrel. It was right at the top of this tree. Not a very tall tree, but it was at the top of this tree.
It was a skyline shot.
Skyline shot. I was like, I really don't want to shoot at that squirrel.
He drew back, and then he put down, saying it was a skyline shot, so he didn't want to shoot. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I went, drew back, and I shot. I just nipped its head, and it fell out of the tree and ran a few feet. Well, he shot at it again with, like, a small game tip on his arrow. And it ran, like, probably from...
It was maybe 3 feet away from me.
And what's he do? Puts another arrow on, full drawn back, shoots it. There's probably about maybe that big of a hole left in it. It was a fucking hilarious.
We were fucking laughing, carrying on. We were
being
walking,
loud as fuck.
We were walking, fucking not even picking up our feet, dragging, just carrying on. Walked maybe 60 yards from where we just shot that squirrel and we were hollering and shit. Well, we were walking, and I was like, oh fuck, there's deer. Well, I got down and I ranged it. It was 60 yards. Its head was behind a tree. I couldn't tell what it was. And he's like, don't shoot it. And I was like, yeah, it's 60 yards away and I can't tell what it is. I was like, where's the binoculars? Got the binoculars out. Could tell it was a pretty decent buck. I was like, alright. Hit the grunt call. Nothing. Hit it again. Nothing. I was like, alright, well. It started walking away. I was like, fuck. Well, we're going to need to try to sneak up on him. If we kick him up, we kick him up. Last morning, fuck it. First time I've ever tried to spot and stalk a deer in PA. Well, our archery season is kind of like right whenever the rut starts to kick in really good in PA, which sucks because it ends at like the worst time. But yeah, we were walking, and then we walked maybe another 60 yards, walk up to where the deer was. There was nothing there, no deer in sight.
Walked a little bit further, and all of a sudden I hear him go, Tyler, it's right in front of us. I was like, I'm thinking it's farther out. Well, there's a little creek bed sitting there, probably about 4 or 5 foot creek bed there. And I'm thinking, he said, stop, it's right there. I'm thinking it's out past the creek bed.
Yeah, well, the fucking creek bed was probably like a 5 foot drop down in. And at this point, we were talking pretty loud again. And I was walking. Take like 3 steps and look over the creek bed. 10 yards away from us. I was like, fuck, Tyler, deer's right there. I fucking hurry up, draw back. And he hasn't shot at a deer at all with his compound bow. And I was like, alright. I was like, we'll both draw back on it. And we'll both shoot at the same time. Well, we walk up on it. And it's standing right there. I was like, fuck, Tyler, draw back your bow. Where is it? I can't see it.
And his exact words, it's fucking right in front of us. Do you not see it?
And he's looking. I was like, right down in the fucking creek bed. I was getting so pissed because I was holding my bow back for like at least a minute by now.
My exact words, I was like, oh shit. And I said it probably about that loud too. The deer still didn't run away.
It was just sitting there staring at us.
10 yards away. And so I drew back my bow. And now for all of you people that are hunters, you know, if you're doing a short shot, how the bow raises. Well, the arrow raises as soon as you shoot.
You need to compensate.
Well, I didn't think about that. Well, he shot, and I shot. I shot a little bit later than him, like a 0.2 after him. Well, he hits it right behind the front shoulder. Mine just sails over the back.
Yeah, I hit it a little far forward. Fucking, because there was twigs in my way and shit. But I figured it was a 10-yard shot. I could fucking squeeze an arrow through there and be fine. Well, I hit it in the shoulder. Alright, and it fucking runs, and I was fucking shaking. I was like, holy shit, that was a pretty big buck. I was like, I hope we find him. Well, look up, and he's fucking 50 yards away doing circles. I was like, what? Oh, I was like, oh, fuck. He's going down, he's going down, he's going down. Still doing circles. Still doing circles.
Running in the trees and everything. Like we said, this was like a big time for a rut. And you could really tell that he was.
His neck was all fucking swollen. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, we're going to have to sneak up on him and put another arrow in him. Well, he was raking trees and shit with his horns. Fucking, while that was all going on, my dad texted me and he's like, when are you guys going to need picked up? I was like, soon. I was like, we're actually walking out right now. And then that's whenever we walked up on the buck.
And then his dad called us and
my dad kept calling me while we were fucking trying to sneak up on this buck. Well, I finally answered. I was like, hey, we have a big buck hit. Just wait until I give you a call to let you know that we found it or whatnot. He was like, all right. Oh, we're sneaking up on this buck. And it fucking started seizing fucking golden opportunities. Like, since he was still raking trees and shit and kind of had no idea that we were still there, he got caught on a tree. I fucking run up. Gets unstuck as soon as I fucking draw back. I shoot and he fucking turns. I fucking nipped his shoulder and fucking put a gash down his fucking side. My arrow is still sticking out of him, probably fucking 5-6 inches in him. And then Tyler shoots. Then I shoot. Well, eventually we ran out of fucking arrows. This buck was fucking running back and forth in between me and him.
And I picked up an arrow, just one, and I was like, all right, and I notched it. Well, doesn't have an arrow, and the buck's probably about 10 feet from him.
Yeah, I was caught behind a tree. My one arrow is right in front of him. All right, like, scooch away a little bit. All right. Fucking, he was on the other side of this tree, and I was on the other side of the tree. He was standing there. I was like, fuck, I have to get this arrow. This is such a close opportunity. Well, I snuck around the tree and grabbed the arrow. At this point, the buck picks up his head, looks at me, lowers his head, takes a step like he was going to charge me. I fucking grabbed my arrow and dove out of the way.
And then what's it do? It goes around where this other tree. And I'm thinking, okay, and I drew back. Perfect broadside shot. I let it go straight behind the back shoulder, and I was like, fucking right. Well, what's it do? Takes off into the creek bed again.
Fucking trips on its way down into the creek bed.
Breaks my arrow, which pissed me off. And then it fell. Well, he runs up with that arrow that he just picked up.
Started trying to get up and fucking run again. I fucking slide down into the creek bed. As I was sliding, I drew back my bow, put another one right behind the front shoulder, and it fucking fell over.
Still kicking around and everything. And he's like, Tyler, get your knife out. I got a slit his throat. Well, I get my knife out, and it's still kicking around while I'm sitting there digging for the knife. Well, what's he do? He goes, I give him the knife, he goes and runs up, grabs the horn, and just slits his throat. That buck took 5 arrows to take it down. And that was probably one of the best days ever, because it was a beautiful,
probably 125 inch 8-point, which in PA, that is a really nice buck, especially with a bow.
And we're like, oh, fucking right, that is perfect. What a good time to end the archery season, stalking and killing a buck. And so we went and gutted it and everything, dragged it up, and we told his dad and his brother and everything. They're like, no way. No, you did not do that. We're like, yeah. Took 5 arrows to take it down. Let's just say it was being fucking retarded because of the rut. But to this day, that is probably one of the best times I ever went hunting. There's probably many stories we could tell you. I'm just going to tell another quick story. And for all those people that think this is going to be animal abuse, fuck you. Because this was pretty fucking hilarious at the time. But, okay, our 2 girlfriends were over here at his house, and we were...
Don't tell that one.
No?
Don't tell that one.
Alright, never mind. That's a funny one.
Yeah, it's funny, but don't tell that one.
Alright, sorry guys, it's hilarious, but I can't say it.
Yeah. But upcoming here, then the next month starts Spring Gobbler, and hopefully we'll have some videos by then. I'm fucking stoked. Spring Gobbler is my favorite season. I've gone out since I was 12 for turkey. Not last year, but the year before, first year. Actually, not last year, not the year before, but the year before that. Killed my first turkey, went out with my dad. And then I turned 16, so I could finally hunt by myself, and I was like, alright. Went out fall. Freaking woke up late one morning. You usually know how it goes whenever you're hunting. Usually the days you're most pissed off, everything goes wrong, it usually works out. Woke up late. Turkeys were already out of the roost. I was pissed off. Got along the edge of this field, but I knew the turkey were coming out into. Just sat down. Like, it broke daylight a good fucking hour and a half ago. I was like, there's no way I'm fucking seeing anything today. Sit down. First time I ever went by myself turkey hunting. Got a brand new 12, well, not brand new, but got a 12 gauge. First time I ever carried it out in the woods. Got turkey loads. Well, sit down, hit the call, sit there, fucking hear turkey. I was like, holy shit. Whole flock runs out into the goddamn field. I was shitting my pants. I freaking pull up, and they saw me pull up, so they started running back in. The last one was hesitating, 45 yards away. Shoot, it fucking drops. Killing turkey. Turkey is the hardest animal to kill, by far.
You think it would be like something like an elk or a bear or something?
Well, no. I don't know. Bear are pretty close. I've been bear hunting since I was 12 too, and I've never seen a bear in the woods.
Till this year.
No, even then. I've only ever seen, well, this is the first year I saw a dead bear, but I've never seen a live bear in the woods while bear hunting. But, turkey are fucking smart. Insane eyesight. They're just hard animals to kill. And once you connect with your first turkey, it gets a hell of a lot easier.
It was last year I went out for Spring Gobbler. First time ever, we're sitting there. Well, 3 Jakes come running into the field, and I didn't see him, and he's like, Tyler, there's turkey out in the field. There's turkey out in the field. I was like, looking around, I couldn't see him. I pulled up the rangefinder, and I finally saw him and everything. And I was like, alright, sweet. So we're sitting there waiting for them to come in and everything. They never did, but that's the chance you have to take with hunting. You have to be patient. You have to be smart about it, and you cannot go and be stupid.
You have to be quiet. That's one of the main things, especially with turkey. They have insane hearing, and their eyesight is retarded. Well, yeah, their eyesight, they see pretty much 4 times a human. So a gun barrel that looks like this to us looks like that to them. It's, like I said, it's crucial to be silent and still while hunting. And last year, we didn't really get it all together. We had a lot of close calls last year with getting one. I was hoping to get one for him last year, but it didn't work out. This year, we have a lot more turkey. We didn't have a rough winter this year, and hopefully we can connect this year.
There's a shit ton of other hunting stories we have. Like, this year, I shot my first crow, and so did he. And let's just say that was pretty funny. Because I shot, we were sitting there, and we're hearing crows all around us. Well, I just stood up and had my gun ready and everything. Well, all I saw was this black shape just flying towards us, and I was like, alright. So I pulled up, led a little bit, shot, then he shot. Well, we see this thing just drop, and we're like, alright, we got it. We start walking towards it. What's it do? It stands up. We're like, okay, shit. Well, then it starts running. So me and him start booking ass through the woods, going after it. Well, we went and we both pulled up on it, and we didn't even say 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
shoot.
we didn't even time it.
We
both pulled the trigger at the
shot,
same exact fucking time.
Like, you couldn't even tell there was two 12 gauges going.
After I shot it, I was like, did you shoot? He's like, yeah, did you? I was like, yeah. Well, walk into this bird and it's fucking mangled. You can see it was a snowy day. And anytime we went, well, we didn't really even go crow hunting this year. It was pretty much anytime we were squirrel hunting and we saw crows, we pulled out the predator call, put it on the crow call, saw if we could get them in. And this year, I shot my first fox squirrel, which I'm hopefully going to get mounted. First time I ever saw a fox squirrel was this year, and then I missed it, and then the second one I saw the same exact day, I shot it. This year, I had an insane year. I got an 8-point in archery, filled my doe tag, didn't connect with fall turkey, didn't connect with bear season. I saw it, just had a great year. Starting off after, both my brothers got bear this year. My brother's girlfriend got bear. Well, then my half brother's uncle got a bear. We were all pushed to him and everything. It was freaking awesome. Then this year, since I was all tagged out, pretty much before rifle season and everything else, I decided I wanted to do a shit ton of small game. And that is probably where me and him had the most fun this year.
Mm-hmm.
Is small game. During second season muzzleloader and then after, because our small game season was from freaking
middle of December.
From the day after Christmas, the day of Christmas, from pretty much middle of December, the whole way till the end of February. Well, not really. Was it the end? Yeah, it was the end of February.
29th.
But we freaking pretty much every day we went out for small game. I think, but at the end of this year, I had shot, maybe
8 rabbits.
Yeah, probably 8 or 9 rabbits.
And I've shot, I think 2, maybe 1. I'm not quite sure. How many squirrels we shot? Probably a good bit.
Yeah, I got a lot of squirrels this year. I did not get any gray squirrels this year. I saw 2 gray squirrels this year, all year, counting archery. That was in the archery season, too.
Actually, I saw 3, because remember that day we were driving, you're like, squirrel!
Yeah, but that was driving it.
Well, yeah.
Hunting period, I saw two fucking gray squirrels. But, shot my first crow this year, which is the first time I really ever tried crow hunting was this year. We did do a lot of predator hunting this year. No luck.
Had a buck actually walk in on us while predator hunting, which it was probably about 10 yards away, and we're sitting there like, oh, holy shit. Because we heard something coming crashing through the woods. We're thinking, okay, here comes a coyote, because we were hitting the coyote call and everything.
It was night hunting, too. So we had the lights, and we were with my uncle. We hear something crashing through the woods. Just got done calling. I was like, all right. And my uncle's like, wait until I say go to turn on the lights.
Everybody's
getting ready to shoot.
Getting pumped and everything.
Crashing. This freaking crashing gets so close, my heart's pounding out of my chest. 10 yard, gets probably about 10 yards away, and my uncle's like, now, flip on the light. I get right between the eyes and go to squeeze. I let off. Freaking huge buck. 140-inch whitetail. Probably one of the closest freaking big bucks I've had. And came in, was just standing there.
This was after we called for using a coyote call.
Yeah.
You'd think it would be running the other direction. No, it came running towards us. We're thinking, what? Why? Are you that stupid? But that we were sitting there and we did that. Standing there looking at us. Then just walked off. We're like, all right. So we got done, went back to his uncle's house, and went back to bed. We were going to go get up in the morning and try to go again, but we slept in. But there's really, this hunting season, we had a really great year. And we're hoping for next hunting season and Spring Gobbler to have a good year too. So, and we're going to most likely be posting videos of maybe hunting, but we're also going to be getting back at, just like I said, this video, it's a bullshit, just messing around, telling stories video. But probably our next video, it's going to be another review. We don't know what it's going to be about yet, but most likely maybe school, Apple, maybe, or something like that.
This video is most likely going to be cut into 2 parts because it is 36 minutes long. So at least 2 parts.
Maybe, if I can figure it out.
I don't think YouTube's going to like this video too much.
Yeah, you can. Since I signed into the account, it was all good.
Alright, but we might need to cut it into 2. But,
you'll see if we do or not, if it's cut into 2, part 1, part 2. And if not, then it's going to be the whole video. But, like we said, we have like so many other hunting stories we could tell you, but it's probably, I don't even know, probably maybe almost close to 1 in the morning. And we're getting kind of tired and everything. Plus, we're going to be getting up for going groundhog tomorrow. So we're going to be heading to bed here soon. So thanks, guys, for tuning in to our video, and we'll catch you next time.
alright, see you guys.